It's Girli, IRL, yeah. It's Girli, IRL, IRL.
Ieuan, welcome to Girli IRL. How would you describe yourself in 5 words?
I'm pretty nostalgic and sentimental. That's sort of one of the pillars of my consciousness, I think. Versatile. From, just from being in like America and London and always having to change my environment. A bit ironic, sometimes too much. We'll get to that when I bring out the hats, but definitely persistent in the sense where I'm always working on something or trying to achieve something I haven't yet. So I'm always thinking about like, what can I do next? What can I do better? You know what I mean? Easygoing. I think my psychiatrist would disagree, but I consider myself low maintenance.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. If there was an alien right here and they were like, what's your music like? How would you describe your music to this alien who's never heard music before?
Okay. I think they would just get it right away. I think between my stunning looks, my 3-octave vocal range, I think that they would just understand it pretty immediately.
Amazing.
Yeah.
It just connects.
Yeah.
So you make music for aliens, basically.
I mean, I make music for everybody.
Oh.
I don't discriminate.
Amazing.
Yeah, what about you? How would you describe your music to an alien?
It is a hard question, isn't it? Because if they've never heard music before, then like...
All they've heard is like the boops and beeps from their UFOs,
beeps, yeah.
So they don't know like...
I'd say my music is fast, boppy, and relatable boops and beeps, I'd say.
That would make you a fine contender for abduction, and like, they'd be like, we need to know more. Yeah.
Oh wow. Maybe our music can help.
Should we get abducted?
Let's get abducted. What is the weirdest thing you've ever written a song about?
Lilikoi, which is the Hawaiian word for passion fruit. I was staying at a hotel in Hawaii and they had these little jars of passion fruit jam, and I just honestly really liked them so much that I wrote an entire song about it, and it's out.
Go stream it now.
Yeah.
You wrote and produced and pretty much just DIY bossed your latest single, Mirror. Do you prefer doing things on your own when it comes to music and creativity? Because
of how I started making music, like finding beats on YouTube and then writing over it and stuff, it was all done by myself. And then when I moved to London, then it was like sessions, and then it went from being something where I had 50% control over whatever to more of a collaborative environment, you know what I mean? Where it's like you're traveling on the tube for an hour to meet someone you've never, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And and then now it's come back to like, I'm writing and producing, I'm doing everything. So relearning how to take something that was once, just me, and then collaborative, and then back to me, but now more, I think it just makes it easier to execute everything, using the exact, colors you want for the painting, I guess, instead of trying to figure out how to do that with someone you barely know.
Yeah. I feel that I definitely have had a lot of experiences where you're trying to write about something that's this crazy personal, really deep thing with someone you just met.
And then it's like,
this is so kind of weird, right?
Yeah, right. It's like, don't judge me, but I'm gonna be trying to make the audience cry today.
Yeah. Don't judge me, but I'm a little bit crazy.
Yeah, right. Literally.
Yeah. Do you feel that your queer identity influences the kind of music that you make?
Not necessarily. I think you might know what I'm talking about. Like, less my identity influences my music, but sort of the reaction and support from the queer community has like influenced how I make my music. Because I think whether or not I was queer, I'd still be making the same kind of stuff. But because of the way the queer community has accepted me online and stuff, it's made me feel confidence to, do it, open up a bit more. So
for sure.
What about you?
I feel exactly the same, actually. When I first started releasing music, to be honest, I wasn't really as confident in my sexuality as now. And I think through the process of all like the online queer music fan community, like finding my music, and
Right.
like, we're adopting you.
Yeah, it's so nice.
Just through that, then I started listening to more queer artists.
Yeah, exactly.
And being inspired by
It, like,
queer artists. So.
Avalanches a little
Exactly.
bit. And you learn so much lingo, and then you start watching
know.
Drag Race. And
I
then,
know.
And then you have a drag era. It's. Do you think one day we could be judges on UK Drag Race?
That would be amazing. Just putting it out there.
Does anyone
please.
have RuPaul's number?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
You do. Sick. We'll call him afterwards. What has been your biggest fuck yeah moment?
Fuck yeah.
Fuck
yeah.
Not just fuck yeah. Fuck yeah.
Yeah. My biggest fuck yeah was I met with Maverick, this agency in LA, like the management. They do all the big, you know, like Madonna, Nicki, whatever. And I was meeting with Miley Cyrus's managers, just sort of get to know each other. And I told them I was headlining San Francisco Pride, like in 6 months from then. And they were like, oh, Miley is coming out with her own Pride collection. We'll ask her if she wants to send you it early, and then she'll like shout you out and stuff. And 6 months go by and I hear nothing, and then this massive fuck off box arrives at my door, and it's like like you open it, it's like glitter shoots out, and it was really insane. And then after the performance, I wore it, obviously. They were like, you don't have to wear the clothes, but, and I was like, are you joking? So then I did, and then she put me all over like Instagram and Twitter, and she was just really nice about it, and her team was really, it was just so cool.
Oh my god, so Miley Cyrus posted about you basically.
Yes.
I'm sending you a gift.
Going onto, sometimes when I'm like really emo, I'll go onto her Instagram and go to the DM section and see like, you can't see them anymore, but like Miley Cyrus mentioned you in her story.
Oh.
And I'm just like, ew.
When you need a little pickup.
Yeah, right? I'm just like,
there.
Miley's got me.
Yeah, Miley.
Yeah. Speaking of fuck yeah moments, should we put on hats?
Yeah, let's do it. It has to happen.
You have to look away.
Okay.
So I've got you this, you can look now, this girls just want to have guns camo hat.
Stop it.
Yeah, so I got it in this really Trumpy town in Nevada, and it was 30 quid because they like never got business. So I think the woman was just like, we need to keep the lights on, you know what I mean?
Shut up and hunt.
Shut up. So it's girls just want to have guns, and then it's shut up and hunt on the side. So feel free to put it on, but you don't have to.
I mean, I will. I'm embracing the irony of the fact that you bought this.
Yes, and
I'm
it's
vibing.
Pink.
It's pink.
So
slightly dark question for now that we're sitting here in hats. Biggest fuck no moment. I asked someone this once, and they were like, I mean, I can talk about my trauma right now, but I don't think it's appropriate. I was like, no, like more lighthearted, just like, oh, damn.
Like your biggest moments.
Damn.
Yeah. Well, this is traumatic, but it's also hilarious.
Okay.
So I got into Twitter beef with Lil Nas X. And, okay, hold on. Okay, so context. This was 2018. So he was like still a Nicki Minaj stan account. So Old Town Road hadn't come out, like nothing, right? So 2 years before, in early 2016, I released an album with, you know, just me singing over beats from YouTube, and, you know, whatever, album's been out for 2 years. That song was one of the bigger songs on the record, whatever. And then he, in 2018, releases a version of his, or like he just bought the same beat and recorded over. So then people were tweeting at him when it came out like, you stole Ieuan's song, you stole Ieuan's song. And I was DMing these people like, oh no, we just bought the same beat from the same producer. But because I just sort of have this like habitual response to whenever someone mentions me to like favorite tweets, you know what I mean? Like someone mentions me, I'll favorite it. Yeah. And I was messaging these people like, he didn't steal it, we just bought this, explaining whatever. He saw that I was liking these tweets and he thought I was like stoking like this argument. Yeah. And he oh my God, my heart dropped. He tweeted at me like, this is so corny, like whatever, you're acting like you own the song. And I messaged him, obviously he didn't end up seeing it, but then just like looking back now, being like, oh, we could have been such good friends.
Oh my God.
Like, it was such a stupid argument, and I felt so bad because I didn't want it to seem like I was agreeing with these people. I was messaging them, but yeah, I kind of dropped the ball on that one. Lil Nas X, if you're watching this, please unblock me. I'm so sorry.
Are you blocked?
Yeah.
Oh no.
It's been 3 years, baby. Please.
Please give Ieuan another chance.
Yeah. If not, it's okay.
It's okay. I'm sure that you will be friends at some point.
Yeah,
and you'll
sure.
laugh about
I mean,
this.
how could you look at this?
Look.
And, like, come on.
Hello.
Like, come on.
Your latest song, Mirror, which I love
Thank you.
so much, kind of talks about losing yourself and, you know, trying to figure out who you are. I'm assuming that's what I got from it. I really connected with that song because, you know, I also write a lot of songs kind of coming from that place of like identity crisis, trying to figure shit out, and mental health. Is mental health something that is inspiring you lately? Is this like upcoming project, are there more songs about mental health? Like,
I think, yeah, to a degree. I think when I was a kid, I would look in the mirror and sort of picture what opposite me was living, like my room but backwards, and it's like a backwards world of mine. And just growing up with that, I've always been really like funny about mirrors. And the song is the first on that project, which sort of is about the duality of your ego, how self-destructive you can be when you're just sitting in your own nappy, really, do you know what I mean? And then also how your ego can work to your benefit when you're confident and when you want to, you know, be on top of the world. And so the album is literally like every song leads into the next, so if you're just listening, there's no spaces, it's sort of like fluid like that. And the first half is like I hate myself, and each song the BPM gets faster and then the lyrics get darker until this big like climactic club anthem, self-destructive, like I just don't care anymore. And then on the other half is sort of like the healing of that, where you realize like, you know what, I need to be nice to myself. And so it is mental illness to a degree, where it's like that is sort of the catalyst for these self-identity issues, but it's also like mainly about how your ego literally changes how you see the world.
Frog
Very
has
deep.
spoken.
I know, the frog has fucking spoken.
I love it.
Yes.
When I was listening to Mirror, I noticed that your accent goes on a little bit of a journey sometimes.
Yeah.
And I was really interested by this because I feel like, obviously you're British, but you grew up in the US and then you moved back here.
Yes.
And like for me, I'm born and raised in the UK, but my dad is Australian, and so I spent a lot of time there as a kid, so my accent sometimes does weird things.
You get it, yeah.
Yeah, and sometimes I don't know, do you ever feel, because sometimes I worry that some of my songs, I was just having a different kind of accent day that day.
Yeah.
Like sometimes I'm like,
yeah.
oh, that one sounds more British than this one sounds. I've got some like more twanginess going on there.
Yeah.
Like,
no, I literally, yes. First of all, that makes so much sense. I never knew you were Australian, because on More Than a Friend and Hot Mess specifically, it's like there's something else there. It's like, I love it. But I think you would know, I mean, you just literally said it, like when I'm writing, it's not like I'm forcing how I sound. You know when you're like in the booth for too long and you're just like tracking and comping vocals and then you just sort of zone out. Whatever I sound like is just, I guess, subconsciously what I feel is the most honest to the room I'm trying to put people in at the time. So it's never like, now this part I'm gonna be English. But like a lot of people have mentioned that, and it's funny because I've literally never thought about it. And then all these people were like, what are you?
people ask me that too. Sometimes people are like, why do you sound like more kind of American in this one, and then la la, and then
it's like,
some
it's
people,
a fucking vibe.
It's
Relax.
a vibe. Yeah, but it's weird because then sometimes like I feel like I sound really British, but then sometimes people come up to me and be like, where are you from? I'm like, what are you hearing?
The
like,
moon.
yeah, somewhere else. Interestingly enough, I feel like I heard that on Mirror musically because it's got this sort of hyper pop, more American feel to it, but then it's got like a garage UK beat on it.
Miss Girli, thank you for being the first person to notice that that is a garage beat.
Yeah.
My whole personality and where I like creating music is taking two things that, you know, wouldn't necessarily know each other and put them in the same room. And so I, you know, grew up on every summer when I'd come back growing up in Christmas, I'd get Ministry of Sound CDs and just anything I could English music-wise to take back to America. And garage, and this year especially, I feel like garage has sort of come back. And I made this song last summer, so I'm not saying I'm
You were ahead of the grain.
but I was. So yeah, it is literally a reflection of like juxtaposition and
both places.
the contrast.
Both your heritage.
Yeah.
What is your opinion on social media? Is it a friend or a foe?
I think everyone like us has the same answer, where it's like the best thing an artist can do for themselves if they're not like Dua Lipa, do you know what I mean? But even then, it's like she has to make TikToks, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Have you seen them? They're really funny.
Okay, yeah, she does a great job, yeah. But I just mean like so I had a really sort of big Instagram account that I had since I was a teenager that was basically the main hub of if people found me. And it got to a point last year where I realized I can't separate what I think of myself from this sort of like account, you know what I mean? And I wanted to prove to myself like, delete this account, start a new one, and have the same interaction, the same amount of people, you know, like the feeling like I'm cared about. And I did it, and a lot of people were like, that's fucking dumb. Like, why would you delete, like, you're not massive, like, why would you delete this account with like groundswell? It's like, because it sort of represents, you know, me trying too hard. And so I deleted it, made a new one, and it's the same thing with like 3,000 followers. It can just really lead you to this really warped view of how you see everything around you, especially when you're an artist, like comparing yourself to other people. And
oh my god.
But once you free yourself of that, it's just like, people just want to, you know, see cool shit. No one gives a fuck. So post whatever.
I think that's really cool that you did that, because that is honestly, it's like when Instagram went down like last week for 6 hours, and everyone just had that moment where it was like, if this is now just permanently down, like what is left?
But you know what, right? I felt like kind of like, oh yes.
Yeah, like, so did I. I was loving it.
Yeah,
I was like,
right?
This is the most peaceful 6 hours I've had in a long time.
Yeah, and so if it all leaves, I would feel confident enough that I could be doing the exact same thing I'm doing now and probably enjoy it a little more.
So true.
Yeah.
I feel that.
Yeah.
Do you think that queer people are taking over pop music?
This leads to the answer. You remember how we first met?
Yes.
Okay, I had just landed from Heathrow. I was just moving over for uni, right? And I literally brought my suitcase to the club for MNEK's album party, where it was you, me, Ollie, MNEK, like loads of other people, and that room was just queer pop central for one evening. If I could live in that world forever, I would. And so I think, yes, it is happening, but my answer is it needs to happen faster.
It's easy as well from being a queer artist to feel like you're in this bubble of like, oh my god, all the pop artists are queer right now.
Yeah. Pride Month, for me on Spotify, it's like, you know how Mariah Carey in December like wakes up in June every like year, I'm put on all these gay playlists and whatever, and it's amazing, but then as soon as it's over, it's like, all right.
What can we expect from Ieuan in the next year?
The album, I'm releasing my first ever vinyls.
What are they going to look like, or is it top secret?
Probably a picture of me in the frog hat and the boobs.
Sick. Love that.
The only reason I'm doing them is because my husband collects vinyls, and he's like, you need to fucking do one. I'm like, okay, relax. Definitely more pictures of me in a frog hat with comically large boobs edited on, and a tour, hopefully. What about you? What's the next girly calendar like?
Yeah, music, touring, lots of pictures of me with a pink hair. Definitely more of those coming.
Nice.
For sure.
Sorry to interrupt, but I did just say girly calendar by accident, but a girly calendar are those calendars where,
oh my god, per month, like the sexy girls
but
calendar.
yeah, but they're called girly calendars.
Are they?
In the States, like, oh, he's got a girly calendar. You could, okay.
Make a girly.
I'll take 5%.
Yeah. Oh my god, you will.
No, that would be sick. I would buy one.
Oh my gosh.
Are you kidding?
Yes, I'm gonna make a girly calendar.
Yeah.
So this last question I ask all of my guests.
Right.
Take it as you will.
Okay.
What are your 3 top tips for not giving a fuck.
Don't feel the need to justify enjoying what you enjoy to other people or feeling guilty of it. Nothing is real, so just have fun. Get your tits out. Definitely surrounding yourself with people who excite you and make you feel like you want to be the best version of yourself. Just being nice to yourself. Like, the whole world is gonna have something to say about you, so you might as well be the first person to stick up for yourself.
Fuck yes.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah. Ieuan, thank you so much for coming on Girli IRL.
Thank you for having me.
Potentially my favourite one I've ever done.
Yeah.
Smashed it. Bye.
Bye guys. Whee!
Okay, we love girls. Okay, we love guns. I know more about guns than you.
Thanks for watching Girli IRL. Subscribe to the audio podcast so you never miss a podcast again.